Welcome, everybody, to First Time Dads, Diehard fans.
Ooh,
Yeah, get
yeah.
psyched. My name
That's
is Tim
right.
Bear, and my
This is
good
Nick.
friend Nick Prosy is also joining me by the Zoom machine. Nicholas, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, Tim. How is Tim on this lovely Monday evening?
Tim's doing well. It's warm, very
Yes,
hot down here. The heat wave in
that.
Maryland and this region. So
Yes,
yeah, it's been like 96, 97 degrees. So up in Fahrenheit, upper 30s Celsius
it
today and
was.
yesterday. And yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It was 43 or 44 on Sunday.
Oh my,
Like so,
yeah.
yesterday. Isn't that nuts?
Whew,
That
that's crazy.
that's with the human X and everything, but that's just wild.
Yeah, that has to be breaking some records.
Well, I was listening to the news at my parents' house early this afternoon, and the calendar came up for the month of July, and it was like just red, and it was like it's going to be hot the rest of July, beginning of August, and it's going to break. It's like every day is almost a new record set. So like July 20th today set a new record for all July 20th of all time. It's like we're going to have 2020 just going to hold records for everything. 2020.
2020, what a year.
Yeah. What a good way to start
What
a
a
new
year.
decade.
Well, I guess, at least in Maryland, we had such a mild winter that I guess, now we're paying for it
Yeah. It's
during the
usually the
summer
case, eh?
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, we didn't even get any snow at all, like the whole winter,
Oh,
basically.
that's
Right. It snowed a couple times, but the snow didn't like stick at all on the ground.
our snow is like it snowed a lot and then it would rain a lot. So then
Okay.
it would just make a mess of your driveway, and trying to move like a foot of snow on top of 10
Right.
inches of rain, or not 10 inches, let's be 10 inches of rain, probably like an inch of rain on top of that, and then it goes to minus 20, so it's just
Oh, it's
freezing
freezing.
ice blocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's no joke. That freezing
Well,
rain.
that's actually a funny story about that. That is the day I found out. So one of the worst storms I can think of throughout the winter was I don't know, at beginning of March, maybe end of February. It was dumping of snow, and it drifted, and it did it all during the daytime, and then at like 5 o'clock it just downpoured, and then it froze, and I had to get it off the driveway because it's also entering into defrost season, where I don't need it to flood my basement or anything. So I was kind of like angry and whatever, and so I worked chipped away at it for about all afternoon. It was going on to like 10 o'clock at night when I finally went to bed, and I just finished the driveway. Beck comes home at midnight to actually tell me she's pregnant. Like that's how.
Wow.
So it's just funny that it was one of the worst storms. I'm furious about cleaning it all up, and then I find out that we're expecting a baby.
Wow,
At
that's
that point, yeah.
quite a range of feelings there from
Right?
yeah. Went from being one of your worst days to your best day.
Yeah. And like she was on nights that day, so like she didn't go out, and she was finding out herself, I guess, doing all these home tests.
Okay.
And then so she's probably freaking out internal, or she was freaking out, like, oh my goodness, like we finally we were trying, and look what happened. And then outside there was a blizzard and a storm going on, and then I was at work, she was at home, she went to work, I came home. It was just what a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, good segue. So
Yeah.
what's Tim got going on for this week, Dudo?
Yeah. So today we would normally have Jared as well on this podcast, but I think Jared is still in his bedroom in the corner sobbing. I believe after the shellacking that Manchester United felt at the hands of Chelsea Football Club,
What a
3-1.
win.
But anyway, we'll get to that. And it's no, seriously though, his wife and child are both sick. He assures me it's not COVID, so good to go there. But and then he also had to work this evening. But yeah, so we'll get to that. It's kind of too bad not to have him on the show because we can't gloat over him like any good friend would.
It's like the one time we need him. More than the one time. This is like the perfect time.
Yeah, the one time that we can gloat.
Yeah.
And he's not here to witness it. So hopefully he's watching this. He can.
He's watching.
Witness the gloating. But we'll get to that in due time.
Yep.
So Nick, Becca is in her third trimester.
Yep.
Just had some questions for you on her and how she's doing. Is she sleeping nowadays? How's that going?
Yeah. She's got her pregnancy pillow. She has herself cocooned, wrapped up. The heat, speaking back to the last conversation there, the heat is getting to her, that's for sure. So our AC is cranked, but you've got to. I'm wearing my parka to bed. Becca's feeling she's still feeling warm. Nope, so she is sleeping.
Wait. So seriously, you're wearing your winter jacket to bed?
No, but I'm the same person. I don't need air conditioning. So
okay.
I grew up with air conditioning, so I'm kind of used to it. But no, we have it low, and she's still warm, which I don't blame her. And she's sleeping some nights, but she's still tired throughout the day. She's definitely getting more tired as the days go on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely makes sense. I know Laura was blessed to be able to be pregnant mostly during the winter months,
right.
So didn't have to deal with that much. But yeah, I definitely feel for Becca with having to go through that.
And our hottest summer of record too, on top of it, right?
Yeah, cannot be comfortable.
No.
But yeah, it's good to hear that she's sleeping well.
Yep.
For the most part, I know. Yeah, I know. Laura struggled with sleeping kind of throughout it, and one thing was, just kind of constantly having to get up and use the bathroom.
That was a regular occurrence for a while, and then because like our family lives up in Sudbury, so going to Sudbury, usually we can go from Coburg to Sudbury, which is, let's say, 5.5 hour drive, without stopping. We've went up 3 or 4 times throughout the last, I would say, couple months, and we've definitely stopped a handful of times due to bathroom, saying, "Oh, I gotta go." But due to pregnancy, it's when duty calls, duty calls.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, and so is she? Does she have a birth plan at this point?
It's funny. We just had our doctor's appointment today, and we went over that with our family, or the family physician, and it's kind of, we had lots of questions, and it's more or less it's still out there, but like we're hopefully ideally naturally, if like without an epidural or anything, and if a push comes to some, epidural's next, and then if C-section is needed, it's needed. But the goal is just to do it without the epidural. But really, both of our goals, and I even agreeing with the doctor and everything, just make sure mom and baby are safe. That's the number. There is no some. You've heard stories. I cannot get an epidural. I cannot get an like I don't want that. I don't want that, or I want a C-section. Like that, we're open to all options. Whatever's best by the medical opinions at the time to make everyone safe. That's I would say both of our goals and the doctor's team's goal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. And something that we learned about the birth plan is it's kind of, it's the best case scenario. If everything goes well, this is the way we want it to go. But you never really know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's good being flexible and kind of writing that plan in pencil rather than pen.
Stone,
so to speak.
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch, and that's where I've slowly been setting everything up, getting ready for the baby. Now, were you ready like weeks beforehand? Were you guys like, okay, everything's ready, the nursery's all set up, or did you guys still have things to set up afterwards? Just because like, well, we'll wait and see because I know you guys knew you're having a baby boy, but But beforehand, did you guys have to set things up after? Because you want to see how the first week went or the first night went, or what doctors or family members say? How did you guys deal with that?
Everything was pretty much set up, by the time he was born. We didn't really have like an entire nursery to set up because we're about to be moving.
Sure. Yeah, that's right.
So that wasn't really a concern for us. So yeah, it wasn't a whole lot that we needed to get ready, with, but things like the car seat and, making sure he has a place to sleep.
Yep.
Those are the things you definitely, and obviously you want to make sure you're pretty stocked up on diapers and whatnot. And I think, most hospitals give you a bunch of diapers when you leave as well. So I think we got some from the hospital. But yeah, for the most part.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm over planning it. Like we're looking at, for example, like I'll have to get Jared's opinion on this, and obviously the audience and the listeners, what they think. But on baby monitors, we're looking at we've got our crib set up, we've got the change table, the stroller all set up. But if anyone out there has got recommendations for baby monitors, now do you guys have a baby monitor all set up, and like what did you guys go ahead and use?
Yeah, so we got something called a Wyze camera, WYZE or WYZE for the Canadians out there.
Yeah.
So look it up, Wyze, and we can find exactly the camera that we ended up using. But it's kind of just like, so it's not like a classic baby monitor per se. It's more of just kind of a camera thing that you can download the app, and you can just have the camera right on your phone. So it's not really the classic baby monitor thing sitting there. It's just on your phone. You can have it. So we that was something that was recommended to us by a couple of friends who did the same thing, and it's a much more cost-effective way to do it. I mean, we haven't actually tested it out yet. We haven't had a need to set up a baby monitor.
Right.
But yeah, it was something that was recommended to us, so we went ahead and did it. And I know. I mean, you could talk to Jared about what he's used. But yeah, I have a friend who's used the Wyze camera, and he loves it. He swears by it.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, and I could find the exact thing and link it down below in the show notes, so other people can see that as well.
Yeah, or just even information on it. I'll definitely have to look that up. There's so many out there. It's like you can go your basic walkie-talkies, two-way walkie-talkies, or you can go video, or there's so many things you can get, like a sleeping mat where it's like tied to the baby and their heart rate, and it gives you their oxygen, and it's like Man, it feels like I'm going to build a hospital in my back bedroom, I guess.
Yeah, it's wild, like all the options. It can quickly be overwhelming to think about all the different stuff that's out there. And I would just encourage, you and, obviously just kind of think about the things that you'll really need, that you'll really use.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on those things. But don't, get too caught up to, I think Jared mentioned this on a past show as well, just about how, don't get so caught up on, what people say online about, you have to have this, you have to have that. And you it's like, right. Come on, like get the basic things, the things, and there are some really helpful things out there for sure. But yeah, don't get, so overwhelmed and think you have to buy everything under the sun for your baby, because, it's just a baby. Like,
comes naturally, or hopefully it comes naturally.
I mean, it's like it's people just go crazy with that. But anyway.
So how's Ethan doing? So Ethan is?
Yeah, he's good. He's a little over a month old.
Yeah.
And he's sleeping better for the most part. We had the best night we've ever had. He slept for 5 hours straight on Saturday night. So that's a new record. So that's a good sign. He's doing better. I mean, he's still growing like crazy. He's already grown out of his size 1 diapers. So on to size 2, and who knows when he's going to be on to size 3. So yeah, he's definitely a growing boy, growing quickly, trying to keep up. But yeah, he's doing well. He's healthy. So yeah, we're thinking about moving in less than a month now, and moving with a newborn and everything. So trying to figure out how that's going to work with probably 10 to 12 hour drive, moving everything.
That's crazy.
But so we're trying to strategize.
That drive alone to add in a newborn is that is a challenge, but it's to be done, and it will get done.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's right. And, so yeah, I mean, we're thinking maybe of asking a couple of family members to see if they would, drive with us, so Laura doesn't need to drive.
Yeah.
Kind of take that pressure off her. So yeah, we did different things, different ways of making it happen. So yeah,
nice.
We'll figure it out. So yeah, and then I'm wondering if I should. I mean, I could ask Jared this next time he's on, but are there any traditions that you would like to start, with your family when you have a child, or traditions that you had maybe in your family growing up that you want to kind of continue with your child, anything like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I definitely do want to have your typical family traditions. I think it's fun. Like right now, my family, every Sunday, we always do a family dinner. We're like, I'll be 30 this week. And like my oldest, like my parents have 5 kids, and we all still get together almost, I would say almost regularly every Sunday.
Awesome.
Sunday night we do dinner. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
So like there's things like that. Christmas, every first December, the first weekend of December, we always go get our Christmas tree. We leave it up to my brother's birthday, which is like January 2nd. There's little tiny things that you don't think of that are regular traditions that I want to just come naturally, I should say. Like, how about yourself? Like, is there anything you guys want to do or plan on doing or have started, for example?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have, growing up, something that, was very important to my family was, as a Christian family, we, spend time reading the Bible together as a family. Every evening we would do that. We would read a story from the Bible, a passage from the Bible. We would talk about it together, me and my 3 brothers and my parents, and then we would pray together as a family. So that's something that I want to continue with my son, and my wife and I have started doing that, just us. And we also sing hymns as well during that time. And it's just a really, really great time. We've really enjoyed it. It's a great time just to kind of be together. You know, it's kind of, it can be really difficult to just kind of carve out that time just to be together. Although during the COVID pandemic, we've been able to spend a lot of time together.
But if you have like a set routine every day, we're going to do these hymns, we're going to read the Bible together as a group. It's a fantastic reason to get together as a family every day, daily. Yeah,
definitely. So just thinking about those ways that you can just spend time with your family where, you know, people aren't on their phones, aren't, you know, watching TV, but are just, you know, together. Whether that's over a meal, you know, dinner, usually as well was usually the time when Laura and I, when we were both working, dinner was kind of the time where we were able to just, you know, spend an hour or so just to be together. And so I would like to continue that as well. So those are a few things. Anyway.
Yeah, like I definitely do want to have to, like, I want to almost downgrade my screen time altogether. I don't want to set it as an example as if that's normal, because then when he becomes 3, 4, 5, you see a lot of now toddlers or preschoolers ripping around on their iPad.
Yeah.
And monkey see, monkey do, right?
Right.
If you're using it a lot, I don't know. I know that it is a time of change. I know it is a thing now. Nothing against it, but if I cut it back, hopefully it would just rub off, right?
Yeah, and that's something that both Laura and I have kind of been convicted about, I guess, is just the time we just spend on our phones, even with the baby like right there. You know, because it's easy. I mean, when you're just in general, you know, when the baby's crying and I'm just gonna hold the baby. And you know, if you're just sitting there with the baby, there's not really much else to do besides just you know, pop your phone out. Yeah, exactly. Or watch something or I mean, it's definitely a big temptation. It's a difficult habit, and something I've noticed, like especially during the pandemic. I feel like my use on my phone usage has gone up quite a bit, I think.
Right.
That's a really good point, and it's something we feel pretty strongly about too. Just not getting him, because I feel like. And, you know, I'm not here to cast judgment on anybody, but
exactly.
I feel like some parents, you know, just kind of give them the phone, give them the iPad as a way to kind of pacify them.
Yeah.
You know, as a way to kind of, you know, keep them quiet. And I definitely understand, you know, times when you're, you know, your child's just freaking out and like nothing, you try like everything and they just won't like stop crying or stop yelling or whatever. But when it becomes that consistent habit where like, you know, like the child learns, oh, if I freak out, then I'm going to get to play on the iPad or something, you know, it's kind of a dangerous cycle.
Yeah.
It's something we feel pretty strongly about too. So, So big, 30 years old.
Isn't that wild?
Mr. Nick. So, when's your birthday?
July 24th, this coming Friday.
It's coming Friday.
Yeah,
awesome. What are you guys doing for your birthday?
We rented a cottage as a family, siblings again. So we're going to Aurelia, which is just north of Toronto. About 45 minutes north of Toronto, 40 minutes north of Toronto.
Beautiful.
we're on Lake Couchiching. It's
Okay.
right by near Lake Simcoe, where
All right.
it's a house. Someone built a house on the water, and we're the first ever renters actually.
Wow.
So
Nice.
go figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How did you find it? Was it like an Airbnb kind of thing?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was searching for Airbnbs. I could never find anything that dates would match up. And then all of a sudden, this thing popped up, and I was like,
Wow.
"Whoa, this is fantastic! This can't be like obviously this isn't available when I need it." And then we happened to score it, and we got it, and but we found out later that they just had posted it that day, so it was like it was just perfect timing of refreshing the page at the right time.
Nice.
So we're
Awesome.
gonna have a cottage weekend out on the water for my 30th
That's
birthday.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be really nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to bring up some boats, or do they have boats up there that you can use?
We're probably gonna bring up boats.
Okay.
Because it's a new build, there's no dock yet in the water.
Oh, okay.
So we got to figure out docking first. But I guess the boat launch is only like it's a couple-minute drive. So really you can unload and load and do that way. But yeah, and we're gonna bring up canoes and kayaks as well. So we'll have manual paddles as well.
Yeah.
It's just my goal is to sit and have a coffee. I just love having a coffee by the water and hearing the loons go.
Oh yeah.
That's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah, sitting on one of those Muskoka chairs.
Yes, that's right.
Sitting by the water. Country. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. So that's exciting.
Yep. The big 3-0 though, scary stuff. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you want to share a little bit about, how you feel about turning 30? I know you're sharing a little bit with me about that off camera, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny to think when I was 18 going on 19 or 19 going on 20 and go on. And I'm the pesky teenager that thinks it's those 30-year-olds. Holy frig. They're old. But no, now I'm 30. And so it's scary. It's scary to think that I'm a 30-year-old when in heart I feel like I'm a 24-year-old. Not because I'm running around as an immature punk. It's that I just for some reason my head and my heart, I guess, tell me I'm 24. I stop and I think I was born in 1990, but really I just feel like I'm 24 years old in a 30-year-old body, maybe, which is good, I guess, right?
Oh yeah.
Feel young, don't feel old, is what I've always said.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Nick. I mean, he still pretty much looks the same as he did when he was 20. So.
I was pretty sure I had this shirt when I was 20. Well, I guaranteed I had this shirt.
Had the same beard
20.
And everything.
That's right. I don't think I've changed a single thing since I was 16 years old.
So that's a good thing. But yeah, it is definitely weird to think about. It's interesting. I was listening to a podcast the other day where the guys were talking, and they're just talking about about getting old and stuff, and they were talking about how when you're younger, you always think that like older people are like so wise.
Yeah.
And then when you actually become like an older person and you like start to hang out with people who are older, you're like, no, we don't know anything. Like no one knows anything. Like
no, it's the same amount, the same amount of people, the same amount of stuff as the average 20-year-old knows while you're 20. Yeah. Your average 30-year-old knows the same as your average 30-year-old. It's funny. You look back and you're like, oh, those kids don't know anything when they're younger. And it's like, it's just a big, it just age is just a number. And it truly is just a number. I know that's such a generic saying. Some people are scared to say what their age are. I'm okay to say I'm 30, but it is pretty scary to think I'm 30 in 4 days.
That's right.
30 years old.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man, Congratulations, you made it this far.
Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you.
And yeah,
Uh,
here's to another.
Cheers to another year.
Here's to another 30, and maybe after that you'll get another 30. Who knows?
All my goals 120, so
there you go.
I need
You're what, one fourth of your way there. 1/4.
1/4 of my goal.
Yeah.
I want to be like a mobile 120 years old. 120 years old guy. Just be that rocking guy ripping around the Coburg nursing home.
Yeah, that'll be great. You know, we'll both be 120 years old, living in the same nursing home. Both still just angry that the Leafs still haven't won a cup.
Oh,
and that's
whoa! That is a long time. That'd be 175 years without a Stanley Cup.
Hey man, I'm just saying it's the Leafs. I wouldn't put it past them.
No, that would be more than 175 years. We are. I don't know. The math is too much for my head.
Yeah, math is. I don't want to do math right now. But yeah. So it's many years. But honestly, and that's the skeptic in me. That's the hardened, bitter Leaf fan in me saying, "Oh, this team's always bad." Blah, 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 blah.
No, this is the year. You look at summer camp, this preseason or this summer camp they're doing right now. You see those lines? They're loaded.
See the lines.
Like line 1 is Tavares, Marner, Matthews. Line 2, No, I think they were practicing. They were practicing those 3 as a game. They put them in a game situation with proper intermission. Like they did proper intermissions. They did TV timeouts. They played a real 3-period, 20-minute game. It's meant to make it as real life as possible. They scrimmage against each other, but they think they're using that line as like their loaded up line. Oh, there's 1 shift left in the period. Tavares, Marner, Matthews, go.
Right.
Oh, there's you're about to kill the penalty. There's 10 seconds left. Okay, let's slub those 3 out. You get the 3. You get a tired power play, and you get to put the 3 fresh legs out together. It's like I think it's like they're loaded up. Go for it. You can't do any. You guys, all 3 are responsible defensively. Go for it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, we don't often see those 3 guys on the same line.
No,
except for the power play, which the Leafs. I always feel like the Leafs power play should be better than it actually is. Like at least this season, with with how much firepower they have, and with Matthews camping out at the top of the circle.
They just couldn't move the puck around. Don't you find it when you watch? I watch games and I watch Tampa move the puck around. Stamp camps out 1-timer goal. Ovi campers out 1-time goal. Patrick Laine camps out 1-timer goal. But it's like Toronto has the same setup, but for some reason it's like I'm watching it and I feel like the opposite team is either killing the penalty as hard as they can ever kill it. And when they played Toronto, like we're going to give 120% here. We're not going to let them get a goal. Or we just don't move the puck as well as other teams do. I don't know what it is. I feel like if I watch Tampa versus Washington, Ovi and Stamkos are just going off. But if I watch Washington and Toronto, for some reason our power play can't move the puck. So it's either Washington Capital killers, penalty killers, are just loading up because it's the Leafs, or I'm very biased and we just can't move the puck around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking up the stats to see where they ranked in terms of power play. But I felt like there was a stretch there where Matthews was scoring like all the time on the power play, like every game.
He was definitely on a pace, and even his season goal totals, he was one off the lead for tied with Pasternak and Ovi, and then so he was definitely having a season to forget goal wise. Like he was unreal that way. It just doesn't make sense that they don't go, penalty goal. Like it should just be. It should. I don't know why you're not shooting on 100% rate. I know it's physically impossible with the firepower you got on it because you're still forgetting Nylander and you're forgetting Barry or Morgan Riley. It's just like it's loaded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I mean, they had a 23% power play percentage, which is pretty good.
Oh, it is, because you're not going to go 100% like I want them to.
Yeah.
And it's usually the opposite for penalty kills. Usually like 89, 90. 93, 94 is usually top of the league for penalty kill.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to find just team statistics.
They're just gone.
Know. Anyway, I'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
They've erased from the system.
Yeah, but anyway, speaking about the Leafs, I saw that they're going to play an exhibition game.
Yep, July 28th.
28th next Wednesday, I believe. Tuesday.
Against Tuesday against the Canadians. 26th is the Sunday. 27th is the Monday. 28th, yeah. 28th is a Tuesday against the Montreal Canadiens. So 1 week tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll be excited to finally watch some hockey. And I was looking at the schedule and for the playing round, the qualification round, and I mean we're looking at 5 or 6 games a day.
Yeah, it's not wild.
It's gonna be nuts.
12 p.m. Eastern to 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
so
every day.
Noon to 10. Like
every day.
If you're off because of COVID, you've now getting paid back. This is your payback. You get to watch hockey from 12 to 10. You can literally get out of bed at 9, have your coffee and your breakfast, do your dishes, and put on hockey, and you could be watching hockey until midnight.
Yeah. So it could either be the greatest thing ever or the worst thing ever for families and for marriages.
Yes. It depends if your spouse is not hockey oriented.
Yeah.
She's not going to like you. And then you got to mix in basketball games because they're going to be starting July 28th as well.
And then baseball starts on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then soccer on the side. Yeah.
That's
right. I mean, we went from feast, or we went from famine to feast in terms of sports.
There will not be enough TV for the amount of sports that are on in a week's time. Like it's almost sad.
We're gonna need multiple monitors going. It's funny, we were just talking about the need to cut back on our screens, and we'll be sitting there with our TVs, with our computer monitors, and with our phones, with our iPads playing a different sport.
I guess you're right. Nope.
But I finally found that the Leafs were actually sixth in the league.
Best power play. Yeah, it's not
power play percentage. So very, very good, actually.
It's not something it's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah,
that's great. That is good. Yeah,
that is good. So
for coaching change throughout the season too, right? They had a philosophy change.
That's right. So and probably even better. Guess which team had the worst power play percentage in the league? Columbus
Blue Jackets.
Nope. Ottawa Senators.
Right. Well, I just thought, that's expected. Hey,
it's wonderful.
I couldn't even name them. They don't even have I guess Thomas Chabot. They have no great forwards on their team right now. Brady Tkachuk. Never mind. Keep going. Yeah, I'll just keep it's Ottawa Senators. They can talk about their own team.
Yeah. So anyway, we did mention the Major League Baseball season starting up.
Yeah.
60-game season starting up on Wednesday.
Yep. Jays kick off on Friday. Game 1's Friday for them.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, do the Jays know where they're playing home games yet?
No. The Canadian government.
Crazy.
It is crazy. I look at it 2 ways. I wanted it to be in Toronto because, well, why not? That's their home ballpark. Why not? But I get the federal side saying, well, why would we bring in these, I don't know, 12 other teams is what, 10? No, it's probably 6 other teams. Bring in these 6 other teams that were all over, not over, they were on the eastern sideboard of the country, of America, but whatever. You're bringing in American players and American teams into your country that aren't going to self-quarantine. They're not going to follow your Canadian rules because they're not here for 14 days. They're only here. Our rules are if you leave the country and you come back, you got to quarantine for 14 days before you can go outside. So I do get that. And I think if I was a player, I wouldn't want to be my only stop in Canada to be where I have to live in a hotel stadium, wherever else you can just be free for all. Like I get both things. And I'm also thinking, now I'm just going off now, but I think I'm afraid that if they play the season in Pittsburgh or if they play the season in Baltimore or wherever they end up playing it, or Buffalo, that does the Major League Baseball say like, oh, maybe we moved the Toronto Blue Jays out of Toronto. Right? Like,
yeah.
Like, because Nashville is looking for Nashville is looking for a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah,
like, does the ownership
that just seems a little too wild for me. I mean, the owners
are Canadian.
I don't know.
They're Rogers.
I mean, yeah, it's Rogers. Like, do you really think Rogers is going to move the team to Nashville?
But they put the team for sale. They have put the team for sale.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like it's talked that it's for sale. I would just hate to think like this is their foot out the door. I know they're not doing it because they chose to do it. I'm just afraid like it would be a bad way to start a move during a pandemic. That is off topic. That's not even relevant. That's me trying to hang on to my team forever.
Yeah.
But where are they going to play? Really, where are they going to play? Like, how do you? Yeah. I guess one great benefit it is. I think I don't know if anyone's thought of this. Everyone always says playing on turf stinks. Mm-hmm. Right? No one likes playing on turf. It's bad for injuries. It over the long haul of the season. It's hard on bodies. So maybe will this be better? Because the Jays play on concrete. They play on concrete with a putting green over top of it. So is it better that they're maybe going to a different field with real grass for the whole season where you almost played on real grass? Are they going to get better performance, less injuries? I don't know. Yeah. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, I guess, in that way, it's better to have a 60-game season, less wear and tear on the body.
Yep. But I did hear last.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was just saying about Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
I heard that they were going to use PNC Park. That was like that's their number one choice. That's what they're trying to figure out. I think there's 2 weekends, two 3-game schedules against teams I don't know, like maybe Baltimore and Yankees will say, that are conflicting with when Pittsburgh. But other than that, like our 30 home games are assigned to the opposite of Pittsburgh's home games, except for 6 games,
oh, really?
two series. So baseball either moves them or we play those 3 games in the other team's ballpark. So if we're playing Baltimore, instead of being in Pittsburgh against Toronto versus Baltimore, they'll just go to in Baltimore, Toronto versus Baltimore, and Toronto just bats last to be the unofficial home team.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's I'm sure they'll figure it out. They'll find somewhere to play.
Yeah.
So
worst case, you just
not too worried about it.
You just play in the other team's ballpark, right? Like all season, you don't actually have a home.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's not like they're gonna have
fans anyways.
Home field advantage anyway. It's not like So
I guess one thing I did hear, someone suggested that, and I was listening to another podcast, and the guy said, but at least there's somewhere where the team, even if it's Pittsburgh or Buffalo, you can still hang your hat at home. I know you're living at a hotel, and I know you're not, but you still can call this home.
Yeah,
where
that's true.
The other way, you're 66 days, 60 games in 66 days of never calling it. You're literally hotel to hotel to hotel.
Right, you're just constantly traveling. Yeah.
Versus if you have a 10-game home stretch, at least you're 10 days in the same hotel.
Yeah,
that's like the only that, right? So if you do have a 10-game home stretch, which they will, and they'll have 10-game road trips throughout the season, they're gonna at least they can call this hotel home versus you would never have a 10 game. You would just have a 60-game road trip.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that would be wild. So yeah, I mean, ready or not, baseball is coming.
Yeah. North American sports are actually going to happen.
They are. Yep. They are happening. And go ahead.
What do you think of Jay's chance this year? Or what do you think of the Toronto Blue Jays and how they look?
I don't know. You tell me, because I have no idea.
I am overly impressed. I am.
You are overly impressed.
Okay. I truly think they're the true underdogs. Like, I don't think they're not like. I've read 4 stories. 4 people have them all finishing in the bottom 5. Again, 6 and down. I think they're going to be up there with anybody if they truly can stay healthy. Which that's ifs, ands, and buts, and they don't have many injury-prone players. But if Bo's unreal. Bo Bichette's hitting. Like, I know I'm watching inter-squad games. I'm watching them hit off Blue Jays pitchers. So that's a different story. But, like, we are a young, talented team. Young. Yeah, very young. Like, that's true. 22 and younger is 3/4 of our team. Like, we're a good team. I think this – don't be surprised if you see the Jays in the wild card this year. It should just be a thing. It should be like the Yankees are going to make the playoffs and Jays have followed suit.
Bold prediction. Nick thinks we're going to the playoffs.
I think so. Like, you got Hyun-Jin Ryu. He's going to pitch. Like, hopefully he gives you what? You got 60 games. You got 5 starters. So 10 starts from Hyun-Jin Ryu, roughly. Like, you can get 10 starts from Hyun-Jin Ryu, 10 starts from Nate Pearson, 10 starts from Matt Shoemaker, and hopefully if those guys each all go 7-1, like 7-3, I should say. Sorry, that's like, you don't need many. You just need to be over 500 to make these playoffs. I'm assuming, right? You finish 500 above, you're in a wild card's position.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take your word for it because I have no idea. But
it's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun to watch. The Red Sox are going to be lost in the water. I think they have too many injuries going into the season. They traded away some big key pieces. Baltimore's in a rebuild, and the Yankees are the powerhouse, and the Rays are just depth. They're full of depth. Everyone's counted the Rays to be good. But I feel like the Jays are better than the Rays this year. Mark my words.
Hear that, Tampa Bay? We're coming for you.
That's right. We don't even want to play in Dunedin because we're better than them.
Anyway, well, I hope that all happens because that all sounds great. That would be fun. That'd be fun to see the Jays be not terrible. But I guess I'll suspend judgment until that actually happens, though.
Yeah, in between our 10 games or watching a day of hockey, we can watch a couple baseball games.
Yeah, that's right. So speaking of North American sports, one league that we have been talking about, we have been following on the podcast, is Major League Soccer.
Yes. TFC.
So Toronto FC had a big win against the Montreal Impact.
Yeah. The new and improved
Impact. 3-2. Wild game. Yeah. Lots of goals.
Lots of goals.
4-2. Lots of excitement. Toronto FC Montreal Impact had the lion's share of possession, that's for sure. But Toronto FC took their chances, and was a hat trick by Akinola, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Ayo Akinola or something.
Yeah. He's been big. He's actually had a really good season so far for the TFC, the Reds. The Reds, the bloody Reds.
the Reds, but the good Reds, not like the Liverpool Reds.
So,
We don't
well,
like those Reds.
they are the English Premier winners.
Yes. Yeah, they are. They are.
No, you're right. The Blues are better in that league. The Reds are better in this league. Take that, right. Montreal.
We are confused.
Yeah. But yeah, what a tournament. What a bubble so far that Orlando's. It's gone off after Nashville and Dallas disappeared and Toronto had a scare. It's now gone off without a hitch for the most part.
Yes, it has. So it's they've soldiered on and they've kept playing, and it's been fun, just as predicted. And I believe Toronto FC plays New England tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And you've got the two top teams in Group C with 4 points apiece going at it for Group C supremacy, at least for now.
Yeah.
How many games do they play in the group stage, by the way?
I want to say every each other once, but I don't know.
Once?
I don't know. Maybe more than that. It's supposed to be over by.
Like it would have to be.
I think it's supposed to be over by the middle of. No, the whole thing is supposed to be wrapped up by. I thought by the second week of August. So it's got to be getting close to getting one game per seed because there's 4 teams in each bracket, right? Or each group.
Okay.
I think maybe I'm wrong, and then because really. The NBA will be using ESPN Worldwide Sports. Well, they're already there. I don't know. How many games are they playing? Maybe it's 2. Are you playing everyone twice? Because Toronto's now gone around the division.
No, I think
right?
no. I think you're right. I think it's just they play everyone once.
Once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's looking like on the 25th we go on to the next stage, the quarterfinals or the round of 16 or whatever they want to call it. Round of 16.
I guess we kind of with a point tomorrow we secure a position, no? Because I think it's everyone but the bottom one. Is it? No, it's top 2 guaranteed, and then they take the best points from there for the 3rd seed, right?
Yeah.
Like I think it's like two go on, and then they take like an extra 2 people who have the top points. The cool thing about this round robin is it actually counts towards the regular season table.
Mm-hmm.
So like these wins are actually bigger than the tournament, because after you get out of the round robin, they don't count towards the table anymore. They just count like the regular season table. They're just now you're just trying to win the MLS Orlando Disney Magic Cup.
Is that what it's called?
It's actually called the Goofy Award. The Goofy Donald Duck is going to hand it out. Okay, wouldn't that be unreal if not David Stern, for heaven rest his peace, he's passed away this past winter. No, but if Dom, NBA commissioner, slipped my mind.
Silver, Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. If Adam Silver dressed up as like Goofy or like Donald Duck came out to hand out the NBA championship, that'd be fun. You think they're going to do that?
It would be fun. No, I don't think they're going to do that, but I think it would be fun.
You don't think like Goofy and like Donald or Mickey are going to be out there with Adam Silver to hand it out? Like there is like Kyle Lowry getting back to back, and like there's Goofy and LeBron's clawing in the background.
Yeah. One thing that will be interesting is so you know how like historically the Super Bowl MVP normally wins a trip to Disney World.
Yeah.
Well, like I wonder if they have something similar with the NBA, but it's like, the person wins NBA most valuable player or Finals MVP or whatever.
Yeah, Finals MVP.
Then says, "I'm going to Disney World." Oh wait, I'm here already.
I'm already here. Yeah. Do they get to go like? Do they go to Magic Kingdom and then line up and go down to the parade with Mickey?
Social distance. And wear masks.
Yeah.
And everything.
It's
I don't know.
I just really hope when the MLS Cup's handed, not the MLS Cup. I don't want to call it the MLS Cup. MLS Cup, because there is an MLS Cup and it's usually handed out in December. But this is going to be called the Goofy Award. I don't know what is this cup called. It's a tournament. The MLS Back is tournament. I think that's all it's
Yep.
called. The MLS Is Back tournament.
That's right.
But there's gonna be a winner of it.
There will be.
That winner is not gonna get the MLS Cup because you got to win the whole season to get this. So you're just gonna get the win. I would just hope this is the point where you got to invite Goofy out. Like Goofy's got to hand it out. Like it's his game.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck. Is he even Disney character? I don't know.
No, Daffy Duck is not a Disney character. He is a
Warner's brother.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes.
That's right.
It's a Donald Duck. Donald Duck is the Disney character.
When that Daffy Duck shows up, then it's a whole another world.
Oof.
That's where they have a
There's
battle.
going to be some. They're going to throw down if Daffy and Donald are in the same.
That's how
vicinity.
That's how they settle the winner of this MLS Is Back Cup. Daffy versus Donald and penalty shots. And
That'd be
penalties.
interesting. I mean, we did see the Toon Squad play in Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam 2
what we
coming
need
out.
is we need a Disney version.
Yeah, and we need Messi to beat Michael.
Who would win that? A soccer match between the Disney All-Stars against the Warner Brothers All-Stars. Who wins?
Disney. Isn't Disney like the magical place on earth? So like, aren't they just good at everything?
Sure, they've got the magic on their side. That's
right.
True.
Like
but I don't
Mickey.
know. I don't know. I don't know. After watching Space Jam, I just
You're right.
I like the Toon Squad's chances. They have grit. They kind of play like a little dirty. Like they kind of get under your skin a little bit.
Who's the one with the?
Hard to bet against the Toon Squad.
This has gone derailed real quick. But who's the one with the? I don't know, the hat. Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd would be. I'm gonna go with Elmer Fudd with the Toon Squad.
Yeah, I mean the guy's got a shotgun. Like,
yeah, like you really think?
What are you gonna do against a guy with a shotgun?
Goofy will clearly be center back, but if Elmer's coming up the wing with a shotgun in his hand, is Goofy really gonna take that off his hand? Like, come on.
No, Goofy doesn't have that strong.
The coordination.
Spine, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't have
fortitude.
good coordination.
He's
right.
That too. Yeah, but there is the magic factor. That is a big thing. So if any Disney producers or Warner Brother producers or screenwriters are watching this, listening to this, make it happen. All right.
Yeah.
Give the viewers
we don't even need
what
credit.
you want during these days. We all need a Space Jam-esque Toon Squad versus Disney All-Stars.
Like, are we gonna have like an appearance of like Ronaldinho or like Kaká? Kaká shows up. I don't know why Kaká just came to my head of all soccer players.
I mean, if we're gonna go with the Michael Jordan of soccer, I mean, it's gonna be Leo Messi.
Oh, I was thinking Didier Drogba.
Drogba was pretty amazing. He was an amazing player.
He was my favorite player growing up.
He's not
like 100% He was definitely my favorite player growing up.
He was a very
Didier. No.
Yeah.
I hope Jared listens to this.
When Chelsea won the Champions League, he was the man. He was prominent. He was the man.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of Chelsea, the Blues. Did you catch the FA Cup semifinal?
I did not.
Sunday?
I did not catch it. No. I did not get to watch that game.
Yeah, so the FA Cup semifinal, both semifinals. One was on Saturday and one was on Sunday. Arsenal and Man City played the first one.
Yeah.
And Arsenal with the upset, winning at 2-0 against the powerhouse Man City.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, the Blues shocked
Man U.
Dominant performance. I mean,
I read about it. I didn't watch it though.
I mean, Man U fans like Jared are, they're gonna say, oh, they're arresting a bunch of guys.
Doesn't matter.
But even later on in the second half, when they brought in Pogba, they brought in Greenwood.
Still nothing.
They brought in Martial, I think, in the late in the first half.
Mhm.
Nothing. Like they couldn't.
No.
Yeah, Chelsea. I mean, probably one of the best games Chelsea has played. Also, and I haven't watched too many of Chelsea's games, so that's who am I to say? But one of the best games I've seen them play as far as just defensively, just
Mhm.
locking down the other opponent.
I think you take that
Great
momentum and roll with it to go back into the season, right?
Yeah.
Like
I would hope so.
There's definitely resting players, but then realizing you're battling for that to stay in the top four. I think it's something you roll with. Man U's in the same fight.
Mhm.
So I think it's still going to be Everton on the low, or Leicester's going to get the wrong end of the stick. But
yeah, and that was Leicester. Leicester lost to Tottenham on Sunday 3-0.
Because they're on a bad roll, aren't they?
So that was a big blow for Leicester. There's only 2 games left in the season. Yeah. So, I mean, Chelsea has Liverpool on Wednesday. So they have the champions, Liverpool, playing at Liverpool's stadium. And then Man United has West Ham, which they should easily dispatch of them, but you never want to count anybody out, especially this season.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, you've got Leicester and Man United for the last game of the season, and Chelsea is playing Wolves, and Wolves are a good team.
They are a good team.
So so there's 2 games left. Chelsea's got a pretty tough road. But if they take care of business, they lock down that third spot. At this point, I mean, I agree. It looks like Chelsea and Man U will be the teams. Leicester will need to. Leicester pretty much need to beat Man U on Sunday, and they have to do it with. Yeah, they'll probably have to do it with some goals in hand. They'll have to win that game pretty decisively because the tiebreaker is goal differential.
Yeah.
So say, Man U, if they beat West Ham 2-0, right now Leicester and Man U are tied on goal differential. That'll put Man U +2 with that, and then 3 points up on Leicester, in which Leicester is going to have to win by 2 goals.
Right, just to tie.
Or more to get over. I'm not sure what the second tiebreaker is.
Still, it's nuts.
But I mean, Leicester definitely looks like an uphill battle for Leicester. But at the same time, Chelsea can't be complacent here. They've got 2 tough games to finish off, but it is encouraging seeing the way they played against Man U. And that's the thing. They've been up and down. Same with Man United. Both teams have been pretty up and down. Although Man U, I do admit, have been a very hot team since the restart.
Well, they have. Just didn't prove it on Sunday.
Nope. So we'll take that. And so Arsenal and Chelsea with the FA Cup final.
Yeah, Chelsea will take that.
A big game there. That'll be good. And good for Arsenal. They're in 10th spot right now. Obviously not the season that they were hoping for, but they stunned Liverpool last week 2-0, and then they beat Man City on Saturday 2-0 in the FA Cup.
Right. So they said, let's just go for let's go for broke and win the FA Cup. That's their goal. Focus. Yeah. Forget the season. Focus on FA.
Yeah, I mean, they've got nothing else to play for, so might as well.
That's right. Interesting.
Might as well. All right, Nick. So I think that's pretty good. We've covered quite a bit. We've talked about a hypothetical soccer match between Disney and Warner Brothers characters. So I think we pretty much covered it all. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that was good, Tim. I still think Warner Brothers does win. I know the magic, but that's for another episode itself.
Yeah, that's right. That magic is a wild card. You're not really sure how that's going to work out.
No.
But yeah, but the Toon Squad, they've got grit, they've got determination, and they play a little dirty, so we can respect that.
They do. They did beat the Monsters. So. Yep,
the Monsters. So yeah, just as a reminder, watching for you guys watching on YouTube, we do have this podcast available, just the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, your favorite podcast app, whatever that is. And if it's not on your favorite podcast app, go ahead and leave a comment and let us know, and we'll try to get it on there. But we're all over the place now, so you can listen to us wherever you are, and take us with you. So be sure to like, to subscribe, share this podcast with your friends, with your buddies who may be expecting or who have children. Mm-hmm. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. Feel free to leave a comment down here on YouTube, and also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That helps people get to know us, and
that's right. Gets the word out.
And we can keep making episodes and keep getting better at this podcast thing.
That's right.
Thank you so much for listening. Nick, thank you for being with me this evening.
No, thanks for having me, Tim.
And hope you guys take care and stay safe out there.
Yes. Enjoy, guys.